Tryna get it on my own. I been tryna get it on my own. Never thought about the pain, I would get it on my own. Every time I wake up, gotta pray, get away from the demons on the way. Gotta pray, oh yeah. The devil tried to get in my brain, trying to traumatize me. Never thought he would ever try to get around me. He ain't really with the smoke, he a lie. Put him in the fire, Holy Ghost fire, sparking like a light. Praying to God to ease up all the pain. Holy Spirit, God, let it rain. Pour it up, we lift our spirit up. We can't be lacking, so we keep our spirit up. We can't be lacking, that's why we keep our spirit up. Let the church sing, amen. And while we singing, we be praising. We lift our arms up when we pray. They know, but won't admit it. It's cool. Only Son of God came to die for you. There's the end times, but you do you. There's the end times, but you do you. After we hear the trumpets, after we hear them trumpets, I hear the Father calling, I hear the Son calling, I hear the Spirit calling. price, but heaven's the only price, and my eyes are on the prize. Let the church sing amen, and while we singing we'll be praising. We lift our arms up when we pray, yeah. They know, but won't admit it, it's cool. Only Son of God came to die for you. This the end times, but you do you. This the end times, but you do you. After we hear them trumpets, after we hear them trumpets, I hear the Father calling, I hear the Son calling, I hear the Spirit calling. I'm gonna be alright, yeah. I'm gonna be alright, yeah. Name in the book of life, yeah, yeah. Name in the book of life, yeah, yeah.
Guys, I want to show you something cool. Wait. Isn't it cool? Ooh. Yeah. It is cool, right? Even here. The last one. Guys, I want to show you something cool. Wait. Isn't it cool? Ooh. Yeah. It is cool, right? Even
I wanna thank the Most High for taking the things of the world off of my shoulders.
Can you put some horses on my video real quick?
Yeah. Thank you, Father. Lord, you made my desires pure. Yeah. You made my desires pure. Yeah. You made my desires pure. Yeah. You made my desires pure. I want wisdom, understanding. I don't want no Grammy. I wanna live a righteous life with a righteous family. I want a wife that love you more than she love me. Wanna show my people that they royalty. Wanna live by your commands, on your word we stand. I'd rather be touching scriptures than touching these banks. No riches gon' profit nothing in a day of wrath. I was living in my mess, I had to take a bath. Created me a clean heart, Abba made me pure. The things of the world, y'all, it's time to ignore. I want love, I want peace, I want everlasting life. Well done, my good and faithful servant, walking in that light. I'm on this narrow path, trying to save a soul. I want my people in Jerusalem, the days are old. I wanna get to the homeless, show him that he care. I wanna get a homeless, hope we almost out of here. Gave you an example through your son, and it's the only way. Ain't no pagans over here, we keepin' holy days. I want my people stop the killing, we dropping the prophets. I want us come back to the laws, it ain't no other option. Don't want no hate up in my heart, not over no doctrine. I want the fruits of the spirit, y'all could keep the nonsense. I had to renew my mind, I had to free my conscience. I had to confess my sins, I had to be honest. I want the Ruach HaKodesh to come into me. I only trust the Father, not the enemy. The Father word, he came and cleansed the enemy. I only want the spirit, so I'm killing me. The Father gave me righteous things that I desire. I wanna see the kingdom, not the lake of fire. I don't want no drugs, scriptures got me higher. If we come in the pure, how we gon' meet the higher desires pure? You made my desires pure. 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 Haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. You made my desires haven't seen, ears all that you had for me. You made my desires haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that you had for me. You made my desires pure. See all that weight that was on our shoulders. You made my desires pure. What's the things of this world? You made my desires pure. I wanna say thank you, Father. You made my desires pure. Getting that weight off our shoulders. Hallelujah. Yo, what's up, everybody? Man, yo, gotta talk about this Ukrainian Russian, okay? This is the ultimate white-on-white battle. Because I've been to Russia. I was in Russia in 2018 doing a comedy festival. I was the only American in there. And I'm gonna tell you, woo, Russians and Ukrainians, they a different kind of white. They a different kind of white. Shit, they far from ghetto. They got all kind of shit in them. They different. They ain't afraid of nobody. You know what I mean? You go to Russia, everybody's like, how are you doing? I'm Russian. You're like, tough. Everyone's like tough. The women, they ask you out. I want to take you out to eat. I like. You must have. I want to now. You know what I'm saying? But the Ukrainians are just as tough. First of all, you don't with Putin. That's one thing, because they told me when I was on stage, they said, don't make a joke of Putin or you go jail. That's how fast you go to jail. You go jail. Not go to jail, go jail. Tough. His name is Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, which means a person with power, and Vladimirovich means a person with more power. This is what this dude told me in Russia. I swear on my life. The Ukrainians, though, have you seen, the Klitschko brothers, the heavyweight boxing champions? They are suited and booted, ready to fight. They're like...
Pause. Hey, shalom, Yasharal. Okay, families, man. So we is trying to dig into Gog and Magog families. Those that's supposed to be up north of Israel families. These are those that's from the north, my brothers and sisters. A lot of people have their opinions on who they think Gog and Magog is. Me, unfortunately, I deal with elders, families that stick only to the prophecies that's written in your books and in your lost books. So that's what I ride with. What everybody else ride with, I guess it is what it is. You know what I mean? So language, holographs, symbols, colors, numbers, all of this has a significant meaning, families. Dealing with the justification of Yahuah. So it's of his pleasing and his will, families. That's the justification of our righteousness. You know what I'm saying? You don't make up your own righteousness, families, but it's what he's embedded inside of you, families. That's going to shine above all else, man. All else. And only he will get the glory off of that. With that being said, families, he was trying to tell you about Vladimir Putin's name and what it truly means. Names has meaning. Most people don't think names has meaning, but they really, really do. With that being said, let's continue.
We're not running from anyone. We fight. They're so tough, man. I'm telling you, they're a different breed of white. Not the whites in America. Whites in America go like, hey, dude, bro, dude. Hi, excuse me. That's a whole nother level. But anyway, the war it's fucked up because people are dying. Innocent people are dying in the Ukraine and shit like that, and it's whack. I think war is whack in the first place, period. Just to be, I don't want to dehumanize anybody, but the shit is whack, you know what I mean? But I have a problem too. The Africans getting treated like shit. The Africans, a lot of my folks, Nigerians, because they're their students. Of course, Nigerians, we go everywhere. It don't matter where it's. I had a cousin that studied petroleum engineering in Russia when I was little. So we everywhere, man. When I was in Russia, there was an Patrice Lumumba University in the middle of Moscow. And now, all of a sudden, the war comes, and all of a sudden, black people are getting shit on. It doesn't matter. Anytime there's chaos, we get the beat down. It's like all of a sudden, black people get the worst of the worst. We're the problem now. This shit is fucking crazy. And this is an example of why we, as Africans, African Americans, Caribbean, we need to fucking stick together, guys. I don't know what's gonna take for us to go, hey, everybody, the whole world doesn't like us. We are disliked. I didn't say by everybody. I didn't say every individual person hates us, but it's a worldwide thing that black folks are fucking disliked. Oh no, we're there for the music, dancing, the sports. They want all that shit, but our existence is what they have a problem with. I mean, you got Africans and some Arabs too trying to escape on the trains, and they're kicking them off. It looks like the 1950s, man. So here, and Arabs, you see what I'm saying? There are a lot of you that are racist against black people too. Come on, let's keep that shit 100, all right? I didn't say all of you. I performed in Arab countries, and a lot of you are beautiful motherfuckers. And there are black Arabs, and there are black Muslims, and there are plenty of black people that speak Arabic. So all of this shit should be an example of why we should stick together. Now, I don't want this shit, when this shit is all over, then we go back to fucking dogging each other, because that shit is whack. I don't know what it's gonna fucking take. But if this isn't giving you guys a clue, I don't know what the fuck to say. You know what I mean? But that's just my little shit. I hope the shit stops. This shit is dehumanizing and it's fucking whack, all right? So that's just my little take. And I can't wait to hear your comments. And if I have some white person on here fucking bitching about this and missing the point.
Pause. I do apologize for the vulgar language, families. But once again, families, it's based upon opinion. Now listen, families. During Hamashiach millennial reign, families, when he reigns on this earth 1,000 years, families, in the flesh, just like he came before, families, just like he came before, families, he will go after. He said that says that he will lose Hasatan, and Hasatan is going to deceive those that's from the north, and he's going to go after Gog and Magog. Now, Brother Godfrey in this video, families, yeah, he was trying to make a joke about it, whatever the case may be. Once again, families, his own opinion. But what I'm trying to bring out, families, is to show you that, families, there are different types of characteristics out here, man. Personalities, spirits, Yashara. Different types, man. And you got to be able to discern what is what, who is who. The situations, the problems, and can you solve them problems? If it ain't got nothing to do with you, Salaki on that. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, families, then you give it to your Almighty. With that being said, let's continue.
You keep falling off in your walk, but what you stop for? Guarantee you are not the first one to fall short. You can win over your sin, that's a small force. Holy Spirit fire in you, yeah, that's a large torch. Gotta keep that flame going, that pain growing, that faith showing. Gotta keep his fame going, we preach to him, but they snore. The most I answer when you need him, you neglect them easy. You say you loyal, but this on me, I call it treason. He created you in his image, how you find a reason? You work a 40-hour job, but can't give him an evening. And then wonder why you got demons, you should read Ephesians. Me and Zamar be in the spirit, we bout to release it. Temptation to me just a stepping stone, I call them bleachers. I refuse to talk to you by faith when you non-believers. Sick of people with nothing up top, they got alopecia. They much rather argue by the block, I just let go, leave them. Get it? Block, let go, get it, shot, hope they get it. Let me talk, I can feel the spirit. Talk how I live it, let me walk. Almost at the ending, world almost finished. Just a thought, gotta spare repentance. Do the Father's business, what you thought.
Committed sin is like a spirit crime. It might be bad now, but soon it's gonna be fine. I know it seems scattered and again aligned. Stay lowly and keep the faith, the blessings will arrive. The toughest of the battle is given to the strong. That's not just a word, that's something that I know. Learned that up in the last season, I was facing woe. Lost a son, lost my granny, see I was feeling low. He was teaching that true endurance, that's something I know. So many losses that I took, I had to let them go. John 15 verse 2, he purged you as you grow. We the batter and he the heat, he trying to make a loaf. Don't rebel, watch each other, he purging out the ghost. He pouring out cold death's blessings, lift your hands and soak. Study nature, without some water you will never grow. See the kingdom is deep within, don't harm yourself with treason. All the hurt that you going through, he do it for reasons. Maybe cause he trying to help you, show you that you need him. We trying to bring some cleansing, we can't house no legions. You be hurting, feeling numb, go take back your feelings. Go be joyful, crack a smile, Messiah is risen. Trust the word when he spoke, everything was living. Trust the word if he speak, that can be the ending. Want a blessing from the king, only your faith can get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trust in him, he'll get you through. Yeah, yeah. Said trust in the king. Said he'll give you life, it'll be alright. Trust in him. Hey, yeah. Hey.
Hey, let's go, Yahuah, man. Let's go to the next music joint, families. I'm finna drop you off another gem. Let's continue. Hey, we out here.
We've been over here for a little while. This ain't a place for a job. We try to keep them out of the mess. They can run, they go see it go down. They can y'all that we waking up now. You a king, don't you fall to the ground. Don't you be with nobody that's loud. When you move, you should not make a sound. Most of these youngers be banging. They in the street, but they don't know their language. All of these curses, the danger. They feel that pain and they feel it with anger. Have you ever seen a nigga blown away? I'ma make it back home today. We killing each other, our own race. We need to go back to our home place. Zion, let my people go. 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 It's a warning, come back to the Father. We done turned our whole back on our Father. We ain't keeping His laws, that's why we fall. We not attached to the Father. It's a prophetic time that we living in. Say for so good, these spots getting limited. Cause the things of the world, I ain't feeling it. Being a man ain't no time for no feminine. I'm baptized with the water, I swim in it. Them contractions, my people are feeling it. I'm anointed, I know that you in it. Can't be playing with my flesh, I be killing it. I'm a soldier for y'all, yeah, I'm militant. In the kingdom, I just wanna enter it. Salvation is near, yeah, we living it. Kill the things of the world for the benefit. Let my people go. 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 Let my people go.
Yeah, man. That brother has the value, man. Respect. Let's go.
On March 1st, 2022, during his State of the Union address, Joe Biden made the announcement that Americans can now remove their masks and resume life as normal. Biden claimed that the world had reached a new moment in the coronavirus pandemic and called on Americans to begin resuming their pre-COVID work and lifestyle routines.
Tonight I can say we're moving forward safely back to more normal routines. We've reached a new moment in the fight against COVID-19, where severe cases are down to a level not seen since July of last year. Just a few days ago, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention issued a new mask guidelines. Under the new guidelines, most Americans and most of the country can now go mask-free. And based on projections, more of the country will reach a point across the next couple of weeks. And thanks to the progress we made in the past year, COVID-19 no longer need control our lives.
Although on its face, this message may seem to be unremarkable and in some ways a welcome change to the arbitrary and oppressive dictates of mask mandates and forced vaccinations that the world has been subjected to over the past 2 years. However, like previous announcements made by Biden concerning the coronavirus pandemic, this declaration carries within it nuance and subtle undertones.
Under the new guidelines, most Americans and most of the country can now go mask-free.
For some reason, this announcement leaves the highly unpleasant miasma and defilement of satanic ritual lingering like a putrid stench in the air. Allow me to explain. The word mask actually comes from the medieval Latin masca, which means witch specter. A witch specter is an apparition, a phantom, a visible ghost or disembodied spirit of a witch. Contemporary witch lore held that witches could project themselves spiritually, either directly or with the aid of Satan in order to harm their victims from afar. The witch's victims might then see a spectral image of the witch approach them as an apparition of the witch could pinch, bite, or choke its victims, or otherwise harass them while the witch remained in a remote location. Keep this information in mind because we'll come back to it later, as it will help you to understand the true masked or hidden meaning, pun intended, of Biden's recent mask announcement.
Under the new guidelines, most Americans and most of the country can now go mask-free.
Previously, we discussed the importance of the use of numerology in concert with satanic ritual. Let's look at the numerology connected with a few specific announcements made by Biden in the recent past that proves this point. On August 13th, 2020, Biden called for a nationwide mask mandate.
Every single American should be wearing a mask when they're outside for the next 3 months at a minimum. Every governor should mandate mandatory mask wearing. The estimates by the experts are it will save over 40,000 lives.
13 is the number of rebellion and points to the rebellious fallen angels. And since 1 + 3 = 4, August 13th can be expressed as 8-4, which was Obama's birthday. On April 6, 2021, Biden announced that he was moving the date that made all adults 18 years old or older eligible to be crowned with the venom of the serpent's genetically altered mRNA jab from May 1st to April 19th.
On March the 11th, I announced that I was opening up all vaccination sites to all adults by May 1st. Many governors, Democrats and Republicans, responded and decided to beat that date, which was good. Thanks to their hard work and the hard work of the American people and the hard work of my team, I'm announcing today that we're moving that date up from May 1st to April 19th nationwide. That means by no later than April 19th, in every part of this country, every adult over the age of 18 or older will be eligible to be vaccinated.
The date 4/6 reversed is 6/4 and points to Genesis 6:4, the Nephilim giants or fallen angels who corrupted the genes of mankind by impregnating human women. This is very important since April 19th marks the beginning of the 13-day satanic ritual relating to fire and the fire god, Baal, Molech, and Nimrod, the sun god, also known as Saturn, who is the devil and Satan.
I'm announcing today that we're moving that date up from May 1st to April 19th nationwide.
These 13 days are major satanic human ritual sacrifice days that culminate in Walpurgis Night, Hexanot, or Witches' Night, where witches would gather to hold orgiastic rituals with demons and himself. This celebration is a bacchanalia of evil and demonic powers. Thus, the connection of being crowned with the venom of the genetically altered mRNA of fallen angels being offered to humans to corrupt the genes of mankind during this time. This brings us to his current announcement.
Under the new guidelines, most Americans and most of the country can now go mask-free.
March 1st is 3/1, which, when reversed, is 13. Once again, a reference to the number of rebellion. Tuesday, March 1st, was also Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, which is directly related to the wearing of masks. In fact, in Venice, one of the most popular masks worn during Mardi Gras is the plague doctor's mask. The plague was one of the most feared diseases in the world, capable of wiping out hundreds of millions of people in seemingly unstoppable global pandemics. Plague doctors wore the hood along with a hat, robe, gloves, and breeches as a kind of early biohazard suit, and used a stick to touch the sick. The plague was thought, like all disease, to be spread through miasma, the unpleasant air of decay and evil. The purpose of the mask, which contained aromatic herbs in the beak, was to keep away these evil smells. Therefore, Biden's choice to make an announcement advising Americans that the world had reached a new moment and Americans in most of the country could remove their masks and resume their pre-COVID lifestyles mask-free was purposefully done on March 1st so that it would coincide with Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday. Mardi Gras refers to events of the carnival celebration beginning on or after the Feast of Epiphany.
Barack Obama. Contrary to the rumors that you've heard, I was not born in a manger. I was actually born on Krypton and sent here by my father, Jor-El, to save the planet Earth.
And culminating on Fat Tuesday, the day before Ash Wednesday, celebrate Carnival and Mardi Gras. In Venice, Italy, they dress in elegant costumes and masks. Venice is a city that is built on the water, and from above, you can see the Grand Canal as it snakes through the city like a serpent. In fact, there's a legend that says a sea serpent lives in the waters beneath the city. This connects Carnival in Venice, Italy, with the beast from the sea as found in Revelation 13:1. It is important to note that at the beginning of the pandemic, Italy was one of the first places hit hard with people that were crowned with the venom of the serpent. Here in America, New Orleans is famous for its Mardi Gras celebrations as well. New Orleans uses the symbol of the fleur-de-lis, which represents the Merovingian bloodline of the Antichrist. But you may be wondering, what's the significance of Biden connecting Carnival, Mardi Gras, and the masks worn during these celebrations and Americans' removal of their COVID-19 masks, enabling them to go mask-free?
Hey, thank you, Master. You've been down with me my whole life. Hey. Tell the Abba I'm seeking replacement. Have a brand new heart for me, Abba truly awakened. Mirror talk, can I look in the mirror and face him? Is that reflection that I see, can you help me erase them? These are my questions that I have for you, Abba, I'm pleading. My quiet place with you, Abba, broken and weeping. You correct me when I'm wrong, Abba, spiritual cleaning. Giving charge to your angels, protecting me sleeping. Although I do not see them, Abba, fulfilling your purpose. I'm so grateful, anything else is truly disservice to you, Abba. Reading stories of men who walk perfect, and I'm looking at myself, can't deny that I'm nervous. Ball up like a baby, I'm seeking you early. Pleading with you, I ain't done nothing good to deserve you. This is true, so I'm trusting you, keeping me sturdy. This foundation that you build, I will stand on it. For the Abba, I'm indebted, and I'm never gonna forget it. You're my fortress and protection, yes, my whole life. So happy that I said it, and I'm always gonna confess it. Through to you, you my blessing, yes, my only light. Without you, I'm truly nothing, Father. I can't even hoot and holler, but if you don't live inside me, this ain't right. So I try to walk around with you, this flesh is like a battle, though. Bringing under subjection, Abba, hold me tight. Abba, hold me tight. Took a moment to see what was real. It's like the more I saw myself, hidden secrets revealed. Wearing fringes on the outside, but sin was concealed. Showing up at feast days unclean, but I wasn't healed. Be careful of the company you keep, I but thanking you still. For removing me, I foolishly done things unreal. I could've perished in my crimes if your love didn't shield me from the wicked one, that wrong lane burning my wheels. It's like the old man is troublesome, he has to leave. I know that sounds crazy to the flesh, but it was a part of me. But to the spirit man, he is refreshed, he can finally breathe. Out the eyes of a blind man that can finally see. Now buckle down with burdens, Yahuah straighten kinks. More shalom within his home, you see he's more in sync with Abba's words, so he writes on with his black ink. Encouragement for Abba's people, calls him to read. Told her Abba, I'm indebted, and I'm never gonna forget it. You're my fortress and protection, yes, my whole life. So happy that I said it, and I'm always gonna confess it. Through to you, you my blessing, yes, my only light. Without you, I'm truly nothing, Father. I can't even hoot and holler, but if you don't live inside me, this ain't right. So I try to walk around with you, this flesh is like a battle, though. Bringing under subjection, Abba, hold me tight. Abba, hold me tight. Abba, hold me tight. Abba, hold me tight.
We're going to stick to this tidbit, and we're going to trace our migration out of Egypt to West Africa using food. Yeah. And one of my favorites at that, gumbo. Gumbo. Y'all like to eat? Let go. Alright, so one of the first things we read about gumbo is that it's spelled a couple of different ways. It's spelled G-U-M-B-O and it's spelled G-O-M-B-O. Alright, the original spelling. Now this G-O-M-B-O, gumbo, is what we see here on this map, this kingdom of gumbo. Alright? So now when we go into this Texas A&M Aggies webpage, because Aggies is for agriculture, alright? It's an agriculture school. So when you go into their webpage, you see okra or gumbo from Africa. Okra is called gumbo in this country, talking about Africa, alright? Although the later term is more often applied to soups or other dishes which contain okra. Gumbo is believed to be a corruption of the Portuguese corruption, quingombo, native name of the plant in the Congo and Angola area of Africa. Okra apparently originated in what the geobotanists call the Abyssinian center of origin of cultivated plants, an area that includes present-day Ethiopia, the mountainous or plateau portion of Eritrea, and the eastern higher parts of the Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. Right here where you see Kingdom of Gumbo, and you see Abyssinia. Alright, you see it said both words are African origin, okra and gumbo, alright? So okra is known as okro throughout West Africa. The etymology of the word okra is traced to the 1670s in West Africa, with the name okra sounding fairly close to the Igbo word okuru, as well as the Akan, Ghanan, and Twa word nguruma. Alright? So, you see the guru in nguruma, and you see guru. The guru in it, and this is where the okra come from, or okoro. Alright? And for another reference on that, we're finna go to this article from a culinary school. And if you know about culinary schools, you know once you go to a culinary school, you have to learn about the spices and the vegetables and the fruits and where they come from and history and all of this of them. So, we're finna go to an article from a culinary school. Alright? Now this finna be real good and real interesting on this article. Pay attention. Let go.
Historians tell us that okra originated, if such a thing can be established with certainty about anything, in the part of Africa that today includes Ethiopia, Eritrea, and the eastern higher part of the Sudan. The vegetable found an early following among the Egyptians living in the fertile valley of the Nile. It's the Bantu tribe that gets credit for spreading okra seeds throughout western and central Africa when they migrated out of Egypt around 2000 BC. Some exporting beyond the oceans occurred among those who came to Africa seeking monetary or spiritual enrichment, or some combination of both, a group that included missionaries, explorers, fame-seekers, and profiteering colonizers. Before long, moving along various countries' overseas colonies, okra had become a staple in two places with a lot of mouths to feed, India and China. Still, the vegetable's greatest fame would come via slaves taken from West Africa to the New World by the way of the Caribbean islands.
Alright, so now we see this Bantu tribe, or the Abentu tribe, is the ones responsible for bringing the okra down out of Egypt, alright? And then we spread the okra to West Africa, to Angola and around, to the Congo area. The same migration as I told y'all Abraham went to in Benin the Builders, because remember he was very rich, he had cattle and all of this other different resources, including different food and things, alright? So now these seeds, this okra, spread all the way to Congo, to the Angola area.
There There are countless sad stories about slavery in Okra, many by now reduced to visual images. There were slaves dragged from their villages, grabbing up okra seeds in hopes of planting them wherever they ended up. There were slaves who made the horrific voyage with okra seeds hidden in their ears, ready to grow around the huts that cropped up in the slave quarters of Caribbean great houses and deep South plantations. No place apparently proved better for growing okra than French Louisiana, where slaves not only picked cotton and cut sugar cane, but did the hard work of harvesting rice. Okra and rice in Louisiana would never be far apart. In Virginia, where Thomas Jefferson described himself as a very old man but a very young gardener, the nation's third president was especially proud of the okra he grew around Monticello. Though he had traveled through France and Italy in his younger years, he had no more been to Africa than to any part of the Louisiana he had purchased. He had no doubt first learned about okra from his slaves.
We see people were scrambling, grabbing okra seeds, hiding them, so they can get to their next destination, they can plant them, all right? It was a very important plant because of the health benefits, all right? The health benefits for okra is great for diabetes. It's great for your intestines. It's used to cure fevers. It's great for urinary incontinence. It's an anti-inflammatory, all right? And inflammation is the main cause of heart attacks and strokes and stuff. So it's an anti-inflammatory. It's great for your digestive tracts, all of this stuff, all right? So it's a lot of health benefits in okra. So important that, again, when it was time to get taken and when raids were coming, they was grabbing okra. So you have to imagine, if someone came to your home right now and they were snatching you up, or if it was a house fire and the thing you went to grab was okra seeds, that's how important these were to us. All right? All right, so now we see how we grabbed the seeds up and brought the okra over and spread the okra around, all right? But you can't have gumbo without rice, huh? So we finna go into this book by Judith Carney, and we finna understand something about the rice also. All right? There go.
The slave ship is also the vessel for rice introduction in the oral histories of the descendants of runaway slaves, known as Maroons. These stories, which can be heard even today in isolated Maroon communities across northeastern South America, begin with the arrival of a slave ship. In a version from French Guiana, an African woman on board the ship takes rice seeds and hides them in her hair before she is disembarked. This, her Maroon descendants claim, is how they came to grow rice. Another version of the same narrative from Para, Brazil, makes the woman's children the agents of rice dissemination. The mother, afraid that she cannot prevent their imminent cell and separation, tucks grains in her children's hair, bestowing a gift of life-saving food from Africa. Like other disembarkation narratives, this version underscores the role of a female ancestor in promoting the diffusion of an African dietary preference in the Americas. However, a story from neighboring Maranhão adds an illuminating coda to the Para narrative. The Itaparicu Miriam watershed, located inland of São Luís, is a low-lying area where rice initially was planted as a subsistence staple before becoming, in the mid-18th century, the regional locus of a plantation economy. This version makes explicit the African origin of rice and undercuts claims of European agency. An enslaved African woman, unable to prevent her children to slavery, placed some rice seeds in their hair so they would be able to eat after the ship reached its destination. As their hair was very thick, she thought the grains would go undiscovered. However, the planter who bought them found the grains. In running his hands through one child's hair, he pulled out the seeds and demanded to know what they were. The child replied, "This is food from Africa." So this is the way rice came to Brazil, through the Africans who smuggled the seeds in their hair.
All right, so we see okra and rice was basically brought to America the same way, through us hiding it so we can make sure we had food when we got to wherever it was we were going, all right? And this is why the grandfather of the long grain rice in the Americas is called Jollof rice, all right? From the Jollof people, or now what they call Wolof people, all right? And you see from the maps, this is all in the Sierra Leone area, all right? Now, knowing all this, do the ancestors a favor and grab a bowl of gumbo and rice. Gumbo.
told her I'm speaking honestly, speaking freely with my quick synopsis. Now I could chop it up about some foolish topics, but this is not about the flesh, so then I sold a prophet, not a prophet, but I profit off of every word spoken. By Abba Yahuah, the only name that I'm name dropping, only name that means something. Take away the pain from them, only if they choose to believe you. A lot of rains on the Barak, Abba Yahuah forever. Remove the chains on them, please protect the children. No father, the enemies aim on them. Hasatan still hanging around, ringing a tang on him, snap his branch back to his belly from where he came from. No monkey business, pure motivation for the free. For those who walk a rally with Abba, kept his decrees. Good belief, kept our ancestors cool as a breeze in the fiery furnace. Babylon clearly out of their league. I know you feel fatigued. Hey, Daniel had a vision of us woe down. You better look around. Separation going down. Separation but liberation for all those who kept the crown. Few from the generation like the days know they heard the sound. True. Move along like a Subaru. Few in my corner got no time for these super brews. I'm your reflection, try to redirect the looky-loos. There's nothing to see here, but the vision's clear. Get the news. Waiting. Some of them acting like they're ready to go, but ain't no oil in the lamps they hold. Cause only few enter when he opens the door. Please say they so, but they waiting. Some of them acting like they're ready to go, but ain't no oil when the lamps they hold. Cause only few enter when he opens the door. Please say they so, but they waiting.
In my head, the people will be born from the birth pains of another end of the age, 1,000-year reign, and anointed from on high. Explain, don't accept the lie. Two hollers, if you hear me, speak it loud and
true
plain.
freedom fighters, outnumbered like Leonidas. That don't matter long as Abba got his root inside us. Him alone, my true provider, searching every root and fiber of my being. Use me, Abba, yes, I'm too excited. I'm reminded of your servant David, trustworthy, you was the force behind him. Gave him courage when he faced Goliath. It was really you inside him, showed him how to kill the giant. One stone, stories like this help me keep on fighting. Keep your son on autopilot, please take the wheel, Abba. No more cliches from the church, but I do feel him, Abba. This is divide and conquer, never make agreements with you. If you don't belong to Abba, homie, you can get the issue. I pray the Abba spirit hit you, if not, then I ain't dealing with you. Trust me, I ain't trying to diss you, can't ignore the fruit that's simple. Wisdom and have you guard your temple. The truth will really cause a ripple. Claim it that I'm being judgmental, you just being fickle. Can't put it past me, no, I guess it's how the traffic flow. Block me on your social media, I guess you mad at bro. Keep on with your fashion shows, garments with no passion, bro. Inside of the cup must be clean, but then you have to know. How can you sow discord with the brethren to deny the words I'm uttering? Chases of a female, emotional heart fluttering. Flattery of the lips, old school they call it buttering. Of the old spirit from the dead that got you huddling. Waiting, some of them acting like they're ready to go, but ain't no oil in the lamps they hold. Cause only few enter when he opens the door. Please say they so, but they waiting. Some of them acting like they're ready to go, but ain't no oil when the lamps they hold. Cause only few enter when he opens the door. Please say they so, but they waiting.
Anointed, looking from no fame, speak unto the Most High, kick it plain, follow Yah's anointed. When we claim the kingdom of Yah, simple and it's plain, more understanding to the people, overstand, kingdom is here, started in your mind, birth pains of a nation, the people will be born from the pains of another end of the age, signs of the time in my mind. Birth pains, anointed from on high, liberations from the lie, spoken in the earth. Let your yes be your yes, and your no be your no. Rightly divide the word of truth, kept me true. Down in my thoughts, dark in the place, looking forward to the truth. Evil times ahead will come. Please protect me and keep me in the Howard trial.
To look at the image. Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. I want you to look at the image on the screen here. This is one of the most beautiful pictures I have ever seen. This elderly couple in full display of what love is supposed to be. The fact that they are older shows that there is a lot of history there between the two. And this act of chivalry, this beautiful moment that was shared with all of us is it's breathtaking. First of all, there was a need. She was tired. No seats available. And so he says, I'm going to be your seat. I'm going to hold you up. As I kneel down, you can sit right here. That is just absolutely beautiful, family. So beautiful that this needs to be shared all around the world. All around the world. Because we know that the enemy is doing everything that he can to remove these types of images from our minds. Okay? Doing everything that he can to tear and rip apart marriages and relationships. And so to see something like this, many were touched by it. You know, when I saw it, I said, I gotta share this. This is just so very beautiful, so very beautiful. And whoever captured that moment, I mean, we all need this. We needed to see this. I know when I see all of the negativity that's surrounding our people, period, not just in individual relationships, but as a whole, around the world, we are experiencing so much division and so much hatred. And to see an image such as this just really brought a lot of joy to my heart. It brought a lot of joy to my heart. So I hope this image warms your heart as well, because this is what we need. This is what we need to really push for and strive for and promote, because love of this kind is just becoming so very rare. Okay? Now, we know that there are a lot of loving marriages and relationships that are out there, okay? When I say rare, this is what I'm talking about. Let me clarify. In television, movies, and just even in music, there's this push for alternative lifestyles and alternative marriages and divorce and just all kinds of things, and just no love between the man and the woman. We were just surrounded by songs with love and compassion for husband towards wife and wife towards husband back in the day. But right now there's this push for this other stuff. I don't even know what to call this other stuff, okay? There's this push for lust and all of that as well. When we do one of our next part, not the next part of Satan's Musical Prophets, we're going to talk about Michael Jackson, but we're also going to have a segment where we're talking about the push for lawlessness in relationships, okay? We're going to talk about that as well, because the enemy, he's doing everything that he can right now to just destroy the love that we're supposed to have for each other, not just in marriages, but in relationships, period. Sisters and brothers and mothers and fathers, people on the continent, people here in America. It's just so much hatred going back and forth that an image like this is just so heartwarming to see. So I wanted to share it with you all. And we all need to figure out what we can do to mend and repair our broken relationships and our brokenness that we feel in our hearts one towards another. There is definitely a solution for it, but are you willing to make the necessary steps? Okay, family, with that, I will say shalom. Be sure to ring the bell to be...
D-Major, baby. Wearing the fruits of the spirit to the Passover. Got my armor on. Bring you my best offering, Lord. None cardinal. Let's not forget the life that he gave for us. Let's not forget the blood that he shed for us. And I just wanna thank you. Thank you for all you done. And I just wanna thank you for sending your son. And I just wanna thank you. Thank you for all you done. And I just wanna thank you. Thank you for sending your son. Let's not forget the life that he gave for us. Let's not forget the blood that he shed for us.
And how could I ever forget Galatians 5:4?
Only all in my members was a sin I ignored. To the trials, tribulations I could only endure. By the love of the Spirit got me going to war. Without faith, never knowing what's coming before. Those things left behind as a word to do perform. Like eyes to the soul as a spiritual force. Apply fruits of the Spirit, Galatians 5:24. And I ain't know anything but only do more. Got me serving up my brother, he's a shepherd of the Lord. Fruits magnify the armor of a true war. And I ain't know about the Lord till I found out the source. It resides in terroir as he brings out the course. Do you know about that life now, of course? And according to his will and not my yours. And I didn't mind to be laying down the cord. I'd rather lay my life for the shepherd of the Lord.
Wearing the fruits of the Spirit to the Passover. Got my armor on. Bring you my best offering, Lord. Nine carnal. Let's not forget the life that he gave for us. Let's not forget the blood that he shed for us. And I just wanna thank you. Thank you for all you done. And I just wanna thank you. Thank you for sending your son. And I just wanna thank you. Thank you for all you done. And I just wanna thank you. Thank you for sending your son. Let's not forget the life that he gave for us. Let's not forget the blood that he shed for us. And I just wanna thank you. Thank you for all you done. And I just wanna thank you. Thank you for sending your son.
Hey, family, that is my joint right there, families. Man, shalom, King. Well, I am. I see you in the building, King. Salute. Much respect, Aki. Now, families, if y'all want to know what they are saying, we is going to go to the translation of it, families. The way that y'all can know what it's saying. Families, they are using these, it's like a jug, families, with these beads on there. And families, when you shake it, families, it almost sounds like a bunch of troops marching, y'all. It literally sounds like a bunch of troops marching. like a bunch of them, families. And I thought that was beautiful, families. This brother right here to the left, families, this is Grace Lokawa. And families, he has truly been doing a lot of stuff in the Congo. He's from the Congo, families. So this is a Congolesian song, a Congolesianist song, or Congolenian song. And it's beautiful. So let's go to the translation of it. That way y'all know what the words is being displayed in this song, families. Let's go. Man, let that beat drop, man. Let's go, Yashara.
Here's why I'm not going to go to college. First off, the whole school system.
Let's go, Yashara.
As stated in my books regarding the Igbos, the father of the Yoruba people, Odudawa traveled with Gad's son Eri, Areli, and Arodi from North Africa, likely Egypt, and settled in what today is known as Nigeria. This will coincide with Yoruba oral history that they believe to come from outside of West Africa, and thus it would be no surprise that we might find Israelite Hebrews and Jews among the Aruba. Let me ask you a question, family, before I continue on. Do I sound okay? If I sound okay, give me a 1. If I sound sort of muted, give me a 2. Let me know if I sound okay. All right. So Oduwa was said to be a descendant of Ham through Nimrod, also called Lamarudu. This, according to Yoruba Christian Samuel Johnson in 1880, Sultan Bello Khalif of Sokoto, was quoted in 1820 by Hugh Clapperton to have said that the Yoruba people were descendants of a Canaanite tribe, and Eso Abiyaku, a Nigerian historian, claimed the Yorubas to originate from the Sudan, or what was known as Cush. However, some say Yoruba is a corruption of the name Jacob, or in Hebrew, Jacob. Others assert that Yoruba is from Yorubal, people of against Baal. But the current Yoruba Jewish population, who claim to come from the Israeli tribe of Ephraim, so they claim to come from Ephraim, was said to have been driven to Yoruba land from Morocco. Where? From Morocco. Who? Black Jews, Yoruba, by Muslims, and eventually mingled with Yoruba people. These black Jews in southern Nigeria are called the Imo Yokwa'im, or strange people, by the native Africans. But these black Jews call themselves B'nai Ephraim, sons of Ephraim. These Jews who claim that their ancestors came from Morocco are supported by their language, which appears to be a mixture of Maghrabi Arabic and local Negro speech. Thus, Abu, father, has become Yaba from the Hebrew word Abba, and mother, and M from the Hebrew Emma. Nevertheless, most of their language is similar to the Yorubas around them. So these black Moroccan Jews were Yoruba. These Yoruba, sons of Ephraim, observe certain Jewish customs, among which are the great holy days, naming of children on the 8th day, in almost every way. These black Jews are like the Yorubas and are hardly distinguishable from them except for some outstanding Hebrew observances. But there is doubt whether any from this group exists today among the Yoruba. There is a clan among the Yoruba people called Iju, which is believed to be a corruption of the word Hebrew. They are looked down upon by the rest of the Yoruba for displaying Igbo-like, one of which is business prowess. There is even a town in Yoruba land called Iju Igbo, much if the Iju people resent and deny this connection with them and the Igbo. So they are related, the Yoruba are related to who? The Igbo. The black Jews in Morocco is more than likely Yoruba, because tradition says that the Yoruba came from Morocco and that they were black Jews. So that's the tradition. What is the other thing we know about the Yoruba? They are the Imo Yokwa'im, the strange people. That's why they were called Jews, black people, right? They thought we were strange. We were the outcasts. All right. What else we know about the Yoruba? We know that the Yoruba are from the tribe of Ephraim.
Pause. Now I'm glad that brother Yahuah is going over this, families. Now families, that's why I've been trying to display like different characters of like languages, culture, styles, heritage, what they do on during their daily lives, you know what I'm saying, that we actually don't do over here in North America, man. I showed you this one queen, families. Families, she was touching this. I don't know what it was, families, but every time she touched it, families, the leaves, the petals of this plant will close, families. That was beautiful to me. I never seen nothing like that done before. She touched it, families, and it closed, families. I've shown you videos, families, where people was telling you, families, to eat healthy, families, so you can live long. You know what I'm saying? But the families, the way that you eating, families, is mostly vegetables and fruits, waters, families. Like real talk. I'm trying to practice these things. The only way for me to even actually do these things is that I have to talk about it and apply it, man. You know, it might be a struggle if I'm doing it all by myself, but if it's like lifting weights, man. You can't lift more than what you weigh, man. Other than that, you need a spotter. So you need somebody who's going to spot you during the times that you struggle. You need somebody to spot you. That way you can finish that what? You can finish that, man. So me, I'm just trying to be trained, y'all. Now this right here is beautiful because Yahuah is trying to tell you, families, there are a lot of cultures out here, families, that all linked up to one particular type of heritage, man. For real, for real, for real. How is that possible when everybody is scattered on all four corners of this earth? But certain people have certain similarities, man, that they can't get away from, families. It's built inside. They was showing you okra. Families, we eat okra. We do fried okra. Sometimes we just cook the okra. But families, you can use the seeds of the okra. The queens would use the seed of the okra, families, to put inside of their hair, families, to make sure that was beautiful, man. Okra seeds, y'all, inside their scalp, man. The queens are doing that. That's why they woolly hair be looking so silky and rich and shining. And families, they was showing a video of queens when they start parting their hair. They was using rice. They was putting rice, families, and rice. Man, we known to put grease and some certain type of oils or conditioners. They was using okra seeds and rice. You can't make this stuff up if you didn't show me, man.
They're from the tribe of Ephraim. Now, as it says here that when they came from Morocco, they joined a group of people who are already in Yoruba land. So you got the Igbo Yoruba, you got the Iju, right? And you got other tribes out there who are called Yoruba. Yoruba is an encompassing term. But the sons of Ephraim, or the sons of Ephraim, understand this. Everything ties back to black Jews. And we're going to see why it's important that we look at some of these words, because we ask ourselves, where do some of these words come from? And the Gentiles will make stuff up, and they'll give us explanations that don't line up with history. So let's continue.
I had to show y'all that this is Tato Ministry, families. He dropped this last night, families. Man, it's about a good close to an hour, man. 50 minutes, man. It's a straight just jewels, families. So stuff that most people don't talk about, families. When most people dig into the scripture, families, that's why I like going to Berean TV. Berean TV is clearly telling you, families, that there are certain outside historians, man, that will give you differences in opinions, but certain similarities, you know what I'm saying, that's dealing with our holy scriptures, man. You ain't got no choice but to go to outside sources, man. You don't have a choice. Why? Because the prophets in them days was getting persecuted. They had to use scribes, families, to continue their what? Ministry, man. Period, Yahshua. I am learning this stuff, man. But I wouldn't know it if I'm just reading my Bible daily, man. Praying without ceasing, and I'm praying for this understanding. And then when the Most High Yah try to give me the understanding, but it's coming from an outside source that's not dealing with my KJV, but it's linking to the scriptures, man. You could actually find a prophet that was speaking about this, but it was an outside person, families, that spoke about it, man. Why? Because they probably, maybe one of the prophets didn't have an opportunity to bring it forth, y'all, because they was what? Getting persecuted. Some getting killed, man. Who was able to continue to work? That's why Hamashiach sits there and says that, hey, you shall do greater works than these. Who is able to continue to work? Huh? They had it, Nicodemus, at outside source. You had to go to these individuals, families, to link up missing pieces that is not written in your scriptures, man. But they spoke about it, though. They surely did. And they bringing it all out. Let's go to the next gem. All praise to Yah, man. He's waking us up in these times, y'all. All praises. Check this out.
And that's one of the things about, when you portray black people, there are things about our features that are undeniable. You know, like I've got a Buddha downstairs, and he's got.
Pause. Love this brother right here. Now remember, families, I at the beginning of this video, I showed you a queen over there, families from Africa. Families, they are showing you how you can use okra and rice and certain type of vegetables, families, and our beautiful queens, families, be putting this stuff in their hair and getting charged for it. Now they got to pay for the product, but it's absolutely free because it's grown in a garden. It's free. But if you knew how to use these certain things that we actually ingest daily inside our system, man, you can use this on your skin, in your hair, anywhere, man. Now that the fruits of the spirit, that is deep. That fruits are grown in a garden, in a vineyard. Let's continue.
He's got his hair in bumps, right? Bantu knots, right?
Yeah.
Y'all heard him do that.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's a point where like this could not have been anything else
olive tree
because of their hair.
In a vineyard.
I mean, it's like because one of the things about the Olmecs, like people talk, oh, you're looking at the nose, you're looking at the mouth. Look at their hair.
Look at their hair, man. They can't get it like, of course.
Come on, y'all can try. Like we've seen people try to get dreads and all that stuff. But let's be honest about this right now. Like you cannot mimic that, and you have not mimicked that. You know? And that's what I'm saying. So when we look at these ancient statues or depictions, let's look at their hair. But I guess when you're talking to people who can ignore passages like his skin was like bronze and his hair was like, right, wool, right? That I mean, if you can still take that and add that up to be the depiction that they show right now, well, you got a special way of interpreting stuff that I can't really do nothing about that.
I mean, y'all can't get y'all hair strong enough, man, to where a sister can put a crown in there and a brother can support an afro and put a pick in it.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. That's the whole thing.
Let's continue, man. Let's go. Before we go to this Benny Israel joint, man, because he is finna drop us some gems in this, families, man. I need 30 minutes of your time. If you're chilling, if you're relaxing, man, chill with your brother, man. Chill with your Aki, man. Chill with me, man. You know what I'm saying? The families, man. Benny Yah is finna drop us some gems. He dropped this late last night, around like 8:30, I think. Late last night, man. Let's get a joint. I need a joint for this one.
Hey, Kelsa, this is a banger.
And we can as well go into all truth. Beautiful Queen Selena families had did her thing, man. Oh yeah. Man, we got some people dropping gems actually. Relax.
Every time I look around, yeah, it's always something. Trying to save a little money, but I gotta give it up. It's just always something. I be tuned in on a daily, just throw my hands up. Give it up, yeah. I can't give up. I damn near lost my mind. Can't take a break. Too many depending on me. I look around, yeah.
Ride with your brother, yes, yeah.
Let me tell you something. I was going through a lot of hell that I could shake the devil's hand. Unfortunately, I didn't have anyone to help me on my journey. I feel you, brother, when you can't say no money. Bills are like stick-up kids. When you get paid, they will tell you to give it up. Put your hands up. That is messed up, especially when you be in my position. Everything that I have, it goes to hospital bills, car note, insurance, etc. I really want to give it up, but when I feel down, I pray to Yahweh to lift me up.
Every time I look around, yeah, it's always something. Trying to save a little money, but I gotta give it up. It's just always something. I be tuned in on a daily, just throw my hands up. Give it up, yeah. I can't give up. I damn near lost my mind. Can't take a break. Too always something. I'm thugging what to do with these hundreds. My bro wanna borrow money, my aunt wanna borrow money. They know I just had a baby, this crazy ego bluffing. But I just do the good deed with my heart because I love them. I went within, I'm surrounded by higher beings and angels. Discover elements they don't show on periodic tables. Don't get confused, these demons try to manipulate. Demons looking crooked, so allow me to demonstrate. Not a rapper, I'm a realist, connect with y'all forever. This music stuff is just a stepping stone to something better. I'm on fire on my playlist, it's Red Hot Chili Peppers. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Every time I look around, yeah, it's always something. Trying to save a little money, but I gotta give it up. It's just always something. I be tuned in on a daily, just throw my hands up. Give it up, yeah. I can't give up. I dance meal off my mind. Can't take a break. Too many depending on me. I look around, yeah. Always something.
Man, I see you, King Will I Am, man. Salute, bro. And all the kings and queens of Zion, that's just I love you, Yahuah. We got you.
Always, yeah. Always, yeah.
And let's go over there to Benny Yah and this elder right here, families. Much respect, man. Let's go. Much respect. After this video, we can go over there to Brother Yaki. Yaki, my Aki right there from
Childless
St.
and
Louis.
brokenhearted. They now sold the
about the
lead.
power of fruit.
They were told they had forfeited their rights and were given a choice between baptism or slavery. And after enduring all they did, after leaving their beloved Spain with all their wealth and ease, they were submitted to baptism now, in the hope of being reunited with their children. Thousands were sold as slaves. Yet prior to being sold, they were submitted to tortures, cruelties, to revolting, to repulsive, to heart-rending, to clear narrative. All Jewish children below 14 years of age were to be torn from their parents' arms or beaten with clubs, dragged into a church and baptized. Those under 3 years of age were given to Christians to be raised as slaves. Those between 3 and 10 years of age were put on board of a ship and conveyed to the newly discovered unwholesome island of St. Thomas, called the Hesperus, or the Isles of Destruction.
The Jews have experienced fully the unequal skill of the church in administering pain. Mothers cast themselves at the feet of the tyrants and pitifully begged to be taken with their babies. They were heartlessly thrust aside. Hundreds of mothers, mad with despair, ran behind the ships as they carried off the idols of their heart and perished in the waves, the same fortitude with which the exiled people had borne so many.
The Moors and Jews of Spain, by Joseph Krauskopf.
us behind the horses and flogged us, even raped our men. Buck breaking sex bomb lynched us and forced us to breastfeed your babies, not to mention the devil's punch bowl, which you tried to erase from history. Everything we learned, we must unlearn, but the truth will set you free. Come on out of the slave mentality. We are not a religion, but a nation. Royal priesthood, God's special possession that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. You didn't want us to find out who we are. You didn't want us to know who we are. You didn't want us to see who we are. That we are the chosen ones. You didn't want us to find out who we are. You didn't want us to know who we are. You didn't want us to see who we are. That we are the chosen
Shalom, fam. It's your brother Benaiah Ben Israel, coming to you with the lesson, the name of Judah. Man, fam, it looks like the world is in trouble. I mean, big trouble. We got nations rising against nations, threats of nukes being dropped, threats of unprecedented destruction, and nations around the world preparing for war. Talking about DEFCON 1 and heightened nuclear readiness. What's going on, fam? How did we get here? Look, just when you thought the pandemic, which caused mass deaths around the world, was over, just when the world thought everything was going to go back to normal, war breaks out. And not just any war, a war that has the potential to be the start of World War III. And people are wondering, man, how did we get here? Well, to figure out why the world seems to be on this non-stop spiral to destruction.
Pause. Hey, I told you gonna drop some gems, man. I see one of my Akis in the building, man. Hey, King Bag of Bones, man. It's good to see you, Aki. Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Hey, blessings, man, to your real king and your new blessings, man. Yeah, I heard about your new blessings, bro. All praises, man. Your beautiful daughter, man. All praise to the Most High, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's been a long time, King. Long time, man. May the Most High always hold you, guide you, bless you, keep you, and protect you and your whole family in everything that you do out here, King. I always remember what you said that one time, man. And let everything that you touch, you and your whole family, bro, turn to spiritual gold, Aki. I never forgot that, King. I never forgot that, man. May the Most High y'all bless you. Shalom and shalom. All praises, man. Now that's what you call a brother right there, y'all. That Aki right there, that King right there, goes in, y'all. A lot of people know him by a different name. But families, man, he changed his name. The Most High Yah changed names in the scriptures, families. Saul to Paul. You got what was his name? Jacob, what was your code name before he changed it to Israel? He changed his name to Israel. Jacob to Israel. Abram to Abraham. So he changed names in the Bible, man. You see that through your whole scriptures, man. And I love that. So it's good to see one of my brothers, man. Like real talk, families. A lot of y'all don't know about, the history, but when I mean about he's like another twin to me. Not that Jacob and Esau though, but another twin to me. A true brother, man, a true friend. This is an Aki right there that would die for you, man. In Jesus, the Christ of Nazareth's name, Yahushua HaMashiach, in our Yahuah Yahuah. Hallelujah. Yahuah. Let's go, family. So, families, man, I had to get a big shout out, man, for one of my ox, man. It's been a long time since he came in the building, you know what I'm saying? But I always watch him. I just don't tune in because I don't want differences, because I see what he's doing, man. And I don't want the views that I have and the point of perspective that, but we all, it's on the same path, families. I'm not switching paths. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't want to confuse the beautiful brothers and sisters that he have based upon how I see scriptures, man. And I don't want that. I never wanted that. I never intended that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a brother right there that will call you up. The only reason why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking right now, man, because it has been a long time, y'all. So I just want to address this while my brother's in my presence. You know what I'm saying? Give him his roses while he's in my live right now. I go to his live all the time, man. Every time my brother drop off, man, I go there. I show up daily. Every time that he religiously, if y'all want to call it. But I just don't say anything, man, because I'm not trying to bring confusion, man. That's one thing I'm not trying to do. I want my brothers and sisters to accept me. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High Yah is going to meet you where you are, y'all. He's going to meet you at wherever you at. He's going to meet you. You know what I'm saying? I just want my brothers and sisters to have that exact same affection. And I do know in scriptures that Yah said that says that he will bring those around you that will accept you. But you must remember, families, that you is not of this world. You will get persecuted. So there are some that would not accept you or meet you at where you are. They're not going to do it, man. They're going to judge you. They're going to spit at you. They're going to cuss you. They're going to call you every name in the book except for the child of Yah. And they will not accept you, man. Remember the true bars, man. What we call BAR. Because a bar is only a parable. But how we see BAR, the B stands for believe. The A stands to achieve. And the R stands for receive. Because the only reason why you have not, because you didn't ask, man. I have not because I ask not. So them are the true bars that Yahushua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ of Nazareth, tried to give to his lost sheep, man. That's what he tried to give to his soldiers, families, in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3, man. You enduring hardness, families. Understand these parables, understand these bars, what we call a metaphor. Believe, achieve, and receive.
We need to go back a few years to the year 2019. That's right, fam. Mama, there goes that date again.
Hey, I just saw that King. King Bag of Bones. I still got the same number, King. The same number, but I know your email, Aki, and I will email you immediately right after this live, King, and we can chop it up. We can chop it up, King. Most definitely, man. That right there will be beautiful, bro. That right there, chopping after all these, it's been almost, man, too long. Well overdue, though. Past due, man. We should have been chopped it up long time ago. But man, I love you, Aki. I love you, King. Hey, beautiful Queen Sassy Lady. Man, that's big sis right there, man. Man, all praises, man. All praises. You know your brother over here, man, be trying to say we gotta have tough skin over here, y'all. So, I gotta keep it like my brother be saying all the time, families in regular scheduled programming. So let us get into it. Families, I am gonna play a music joint right quick because my brother, man, yeah, some that just be hopping on the live and don't really understand the history. Y'all really don't even understand, man. So it don't even bother. Just know, man, that the love is real. You know what I'm saying? And it's good that the Most High, man, is bringing brothers and sisters back together to the fold, man. Those that had differences or you disappeared for whatever type of reason, whatever the cause, but you didn't want to cause any type of you didn't want to cause any type of bad ill will in a way. You know what I'm saying? So, especially with me just now coming into this truth. And when I got into the truth, man, I did have certain type of thoughts that was coming to my head. It was demon spirits that I wasn't aware of that was talking to me, man, and they was making me do things, man, that I normally wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? But I stayed into the word, family. So I stayed praying, man, without ceases, family. I stayed trying to make my body a living sacrifice daily and start to understand his word. You know what I'm saying? And then the Most High started revealing certain things towards me, man. And he started letting me know, man, that love conquers everything. Remember, families, that love is only evolved, spelled backwards. You know what I'm saying? So it's just showing you growth, spiritual growth, and a lot of people tell you about the fruits of the spirit. And you have to understand these different administrations, man, that's in the body of Hamashiach. And I didn't know them duties as well either. So when I went to 2 Timothy chapter 12, verse 13, when the Most High Yah tells you to keep the commandments of him, be obedient in him. This is the whole duty of man. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verses 13. And when I read that scripture, I was like, wow, man, like, this is a duty. Like, me going to my job, like, me clocking in every single day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is a task that must be done in his name, in his will, that's pleasing to him and only him alone. No one else get his glory. So when I understood that, I was like, okay, man, you got to self-evaluate yourself. So when I start washing my face and I start seeing my own self-reflection, man, just the outer self-reflection, I had to check my inner self, man. So that's why I've been going hard, like just going in. And I'm just been trying to retie things that should never have been loosened, man. I'm trying to retie that, but it's only in Yah's timing. So I gotta let him do the work, y'all. Gotta let him do the work. So let me play another music joint, man. And man, we're gonna keep it bumping. We have to continue this presentation with Benny Yah Israel. And man, King, thank you, bro. Tawada Aki. Much love, King. Respect. Salute. Man, I gotta play my joint, family. So I gotta go in the bag on this one. I gotta go in the bag on this one. There we go.
There's none above you, and there's none beside you, and as we're around you, together we stand, lifting our hands to Yahweh. Seen a lot of changes, things I can't explain, but I'm keeping up my faith. Words never change. wasn't never changed. Still remain the same, so I'll turn the other page. You're never late. Oh, never wait. Never wait. You're always here. You're always here. So why would I fear? And why would I fear? Ever alone. Ever alone. Your love is my home. Love is my home. I cannot be without you. I cannot be without you. Where would I be without you? Where would I be? There's none above you. And there's none beside you. And that's why we're around you. Together